see it better on here than on the big screen for some reason. But on here, over here it looks way better.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm in this figure, whatever this is right here, but on here you can actually see it more.
Can you actually see on your back, Mr. Efron, the design that was on the back of your sweatshirt?
Yes.
Okay. In that video, can you point to where the design is? If you can see it on the big screen.
White.
So it's say right in the middle of the top of the where the image is paused on.
To be precise, it looks like a white circle on your body.
Okay. And I'll play this video over here. And I'm going to stop it at a minute and 14 seconds. At this point, have you and Ills separated from each other?
Yes.
And why did you let him go at that point?
Because I've probably seen Rocky running off already.
Okay. You described the first shot, the motion the defendant made with his hand as he shot the first shot. Was the second shot any different from that?
I don't know at that point. I'm ducking.
You weren't really paying attention to it?
No, I just was really just trying to grab those.
Okay. 1 second. Do you recall? I'm going to show you equals 7. Do you recognize that area at all?
Yeah.
And what is that area?
That's what happened.
Okay. Where the 2 shots were fired, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You say yes?
Yes.
When the shots were first fired, can you point for the jury to a spot that is near where you were on that street?
I was coming down here, and I probably got to around like right here, I believe, and Rocky was like right here.
Okay.
And it got like around, then it got all around this area, kind of.
You know, Your Honor, actually, I think what would make it easier, I'm going to have him just mark on the photograph itself. Just people 7. Let's do, for you, can you put an X where you would be when the first shot would happen?
Probably hop up the curve a little, but I would say like right here.
Okay, and then do a triangle for where the defendant was. Okay. Hey. Back up. Okay, a little better. The X you made is right here, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say that it was closer to the curb,
Yes.
and where you're describing was right by the corner, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And then the triangle that you made for the defendant is here more in the middle of the street on Vista Del Mar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As the defendant was shooting at you, was it your belief that the gun that he was using was a real gun or a fake gun?
Can you say that again?
Yeah. Did you believe, as the defendant was shooting at you, that he was shooting a real gun or a fake gun?
Oh, it was a real gun.
And what led you to believe that it was a real gun?
I mean, I was hit. I was hit.
Is there anything else about it?
Wouldn't know the difference between. I mean, I don't know how would you somebody shooting at you. I don't. how to answer that, kind of.
Okay, sir.
And I wasn't, like, I was grazed, I wasn't hit, I didn't have a hole through my hand or nothing. It was just like, that's what it was, you know.
At the moment that he first started firing at you, what would you estimate would be the distance between the two of you? And if it's easier to point to something in the courtroom, you can do that.
From the first shooting,
Yes.
probably like where I'm at from where you at, probably, I guess. Or a little bit further, I don't know.
Distance, where Mr. Grislovic is standing?
Yeah.
It's approximately 15 feet from the witness.
Okay. By the time he fired the second shot, what was the
Probably a
distance?
little further, like a little, it was, yeah, around there. Yeah.
Sorry, which shot were you talking about?
The first one was like 15 to like 15, like around there, yeah. A couple years ago.
You said on the second shot that he had moved a little closer to you. What would you estimate would be the distance of that one?
Oh, he was right up on us. I'm saying us because it was me and Ills. And I thought it was a bunch of shots because I'm just trying to like, you literally just duck underneath Ills, do whatever. Which way he was going, I'm putting Ills towards him.
How many shots did you believe that he fired at you?
At the time, I believe it was 3 or 4.
In fact, when you reported this to the police, how many shots did you tell them that he fired at you?
I believe 3 or 4.
And did you tell that to multiple police officers?
I did.
Was there anything that happened after you reported this to police that caused you to change your opinion on how many shots he fired?
No.
So you still, as you sit here right now, is it your testimony that he fired either 3 or 4 shots at you?
I mean, I've seen the video, so I understand it was 2 shots now.
That's what I mean. Okay, so as you sit here now, it's your belief he fired 2 shots at you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But when you initially reported it, you reported it as
3 or 4 shots. Yeah. Because it sounded like that. We're in like a closed, it's real loud. You know what I'm saying?
You said that what changed your opinion was that you watched a video, correct?
Oh yeah, the preliminary hearing
Okay.
was the first time I seen the actual like, the sound of the shots.
Your Honor, would the court take judicial notice that the preliminary hearing was November 8th of 2023?
I don't have the transcript. Does everybody agree that was?
That's right, yes.
Okay. So between the date of this incident, November 6th, 2021, to November 8th, 2023, in those 2 years, you believe that it was 3 or 4 gunshots, correct?
Yes.
And then after you watched the video that had sound, at the preliminary hearing, you changed you understood then that it was 2 gunshots, correct?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, truthfully, I thought it was way more, but I'm going off of the video because mentally I feel like I shot it a lot of times.
Okay. If you can, just clarify for us, when you're referring to something, if it's based on your memory or from watching a video. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask to mark my next exhibit.
17.
Showing you what's marked as People's 17. Do you recognize what you see there?
Yeah.
And what is that?
That's my left hand.
And do you know who took this picture?
Probably was off my phone.
This is a picture you took.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you Do you know when you took this picture?
Probably the day after or the day, that day,
So you're thinking either November 6th or November 7th?
or 8th. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. Somewhere within a day or two of the actual shooting.
Yeah.
And the red marks that we see on your pointer finger, middle finger, and slightly on your ring finger there, what caused those injuries?
A graze, I believe. Because, like what I said, I felt something hot. And if I was to fall on my hand, I'm not no expert or anything, but if I was to fall on my hand or anything, my knuckles at the top would be messed up and everything else would be messed up. It just was right here.
Okay. So
And
you're
I
saying,
weighed 210 pounds. Probably at that time I weighed 190. So if I'm falling on my weight, my whole knuckle would be damaged on my whole hand.
Ron, can I just ask you a quick response to the question? What's
Stay,
caused
yeah,
that?
that was a non-response.
when you say grazed, are you talking about grazed from one of the bullets?
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on.
It's gonna be a leading objection, but you can't work.
What do you mean when you say grazed?
Like, when he shot the first shot, I felt my hand hot because I felt like I got grazed.
By what?
A bullet.
Thank you. After the second shot, so after the shooting, where did you see the defendant go?
I just ran after it. I just grabbed it.
But where did you see the defendant go?
After the shooting or while he was shooting?
After the shooting.
Oh, I seen him leave. Like I think he just took off
Okay.
and he ran.
And did he run out of your view? So you lost sight of him?
Yes.
Where, after he took, was he the first one looking?
I don't know. I don't
Did
know
you
if he was
see
the
at
first
some
one.
point, sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Did you see at some point 12 meters?
It was 3 years ago. I really don't really remember that. I just remember what happened to me. Like all the small pieces, it's kind of hard to like remember unless I have something physically or I said something around that time to remind me.
Was there a moment after the shooting where it was only you and Ills who were left on that street together?
Probably for like a second. He was still getting up or he was ready to run.
Okay. After Ills went to the ground, what was the next thing that happened?
I think they took off. Like 12 and Rocky took off, and then I'm probably like scanning the area to make sure he's still not there or shooting at me. And then I took off back the same way that I came and went down Hollywood back to the Lowe's.
When you say same way you came, are you talking about the same streets that you walked?
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have been headed back towards the W Hotel in that area?
Yeah, correct.
And then did you walk all the way up to Hollywood Boulevard?
Yes, I did.
And from Hollywood Boulevard, did you walk all the way back to the Lowe's?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
In the time after the defendant and 12E ran away, where it's just you and Elle, I know you say it's a second. Was there anything that happened between you and Ills at that time?
No, the only thing it was said, and I put that on everything, on whatever it was, but he said, you literally almost got me killed. And I looked at him and said, what? You came with him. That was the only thing that was said between me and Ills.
So there was a brief conversation.
Real brief.
Did you physically assault him?
No, never hit Ills. Never. And Ills actually has a broken jaw. Like, he cannot get hit in the face. He has like a wired jaw because Rocky's cousin broke his jaw.
Okay.
Your Honor, I object as a stricken, not responsive.
Just stay. And the testimony is true. Can you first couple of words. Repeat the question, please.
Did you physically assault him? The question is, did you physically assault him?
Yeah, that calls for yes or no. Did you physically assault him?
No, it was, no.
That night, November 6, 2021, did you know of any physical sensitivities that Hills had?
Excuse me?
Yeah, did you know that Hills had suffered an injury before November 6, 2021?
Did I know that his,
Hold on.
You can answer.
did I know he had like a permanent broken jaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go back briefly to the surveillance video. Let's stay with this same file, Your Honor.
15?
Yeah, but the file label combined surveillance video. Briefly. All right.
For this world-class event. I'm also hoping that the Senate will quickly confirm Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. They, along with Kristi Noem, are very important to addressing the security needs and supporting law enforcement in this country and in the state of Louisiana. We had a great coordination meeting today. This meeting was called to ensure that basically everyone was on the same page. In addition to today's meeting, we have amended the state of emergency that was issued on January 1, 2025. And as all of you know, at approximately 3:15 a.m. on January 1st, 2025, an individual drove a pickup truck bearing an ISIS flag into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street in a targeted act of terrorism, resulting in a mass casualty incident. We continue to work with the victims and their families and keep them in our prayers. This terrorist was found to have placed improvised explosive devices, and you may hear the acronym IED, and that's what that stands for, in his vehicle, as well as two other IEDs in personal coolers that he transported to the city and placed in high traffic areas, God bless you, in the French Quarter. We have been working closely with Secretary Kristi Noem and the Department of Homeland Security and other federal partners in both Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl are Tier 1 events. That means that Mardi Gras has been upgraded to a Tier 1 event. A Tier 1 event is a significant event in national or international importance and requires extensive federal interagency support and resources. In anticipation of the significantly high density crowds in the days leading up to and following the Super Bowl, the need for higher security measures to ensure public safety and the safety of residents, athletes, and visitors, there is a need to safely control what comes in and out of vulnerable areas. So what is in the new executive order? The Louisiana State Police will develop and publish to the public the specific geographical boundaries of the enhanced security zone around the French Quarter. We have it here on the display. Now, this is in addition to the enhanced security zone that is around the Superdome, which is controlled by the Department of Homeland Security in conjunction with the NFL. It's important for the public to understand that there are two different enhanced security zones and that they have different restrictions in each. The checkpoint in the French Quarter enhanced security zone, there will be checkpoints that are set up at each entry to prevent and deter the introduction of any destructive explosive materials. Coolers and ice chests of any kind will be prohibited in our enhanced security zone. So in the French Quarter, coolers and ice chests will be prohibited. Any bags or containers larger than 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches, which is basically the size of a lady's clutch, are subject to search by law enforcement prior to entering the enhanced security zone. I think that this is important. We have worked very hard. I want to thank the Attorney General's office, our legal counsel in the governor's office, Angelique Frio and her team. They have worked hard.
Yeah, I know it was late, but I don't, like I said, it was 3 years ago. I don't remember the dates, and I don't remember streets at this point. I just remember what happened.
That's fair. But when you say the next day, is it possible that instead of being on the 7th, it was on the 8th that you went to the police department?
Yeah, so pretty much I was just waiting for the lawyer to respond back. So I had my business partner.
Stay. It's not responsible.
Okay.
We get grounds for when he makes
It's
it.
not responsible.
Could we have the defense state grounds instead of his objection when they? Just
Well,
as
responsible.
I'm just asking the future.
Like I said, did you say no?
You just said objection.
Just objection, I thought it was pretty obvious that it was not
Can we just ask in the future that he?
If you decide has to object, just say objection and the legal basis.
Thank you.
Okay. So the first time you reported this to the police, you say was within a day, either November 7th or November 8th of the shooting, correct?
Yeah, so pretty much I just wanted to wait for my lawyer.
That's just a yes or no, please.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, when you reported this to the police, how did you do that? Did you call 911? Did you call the station? Did you go to the station?
No, we just walked in.
Oh, do you remember which police station you walked into?
It was Hollywood or like, I know it was, Hollywood police station. I don't really remember.
And was there a police officer at the front desk that you talked to?
Yes.
And did you tell that police officer essentially what had happened during this incident?
I did.
After you talked to that police officer, did you talk to another police officer from that same station after him?
I don't remember.
Okay. Ultimately, did you meet
I
with
talked to so many people, like the lawyers, like with everything. It was just, I don't remember.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to unpack here now.
Okay.
So you talked to a police officer at the station. Did you then talk to a detective?
I think a detective came out because once I handed him the bullets, I think and he seen the lawyer I was with, I think that's when he took it serious and like had somebody come out. And I think I remember clearly.
Did you later talk to another set of detectives after that first detective that you talked to?
Man, they called me so many times, I don't even remember.
Is it fair to say you talked to a number of people about this incident from the police department?
Yes.
Okay. Did all of those conversations that you're talking about so far occur before you watched the surveillance video in this case?
Yeah, it happened before I watched it.
So had you seen the surveillance video when you walked into the Hollywood police station to talk to the officer at the desk?
No, I didn't see no video.
When the detective from the Hollywood station called you, had you seen the video at that point?
I think they called me into LA. I forgot when to identify. I think it was like seriously like 8 months later or 7 months. I don't remember. It was a long time.
So was it police officers that showed you the video for the first time?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. But have you already told what had happened before watching the video?
Yeah, yes.
As you sit here right now, do you remember the date that you first saw the video?
No.
And the video that you watched first, do you remember what was in the video that you watched?
It was the one of Rocky coming up to me and brandishing the gun, like where we had like the first initial, like when we see each other.
Outside of the parking garage?
From the, up front of the parking garage, across from the W.
Okay.
And I think they showed me, the other one too of the parking lot. It was so long ago. I was just happy that they had the footage of him on the gun at the time. I was just like, I think that's enough.
So when you say the other one, are you talking about the sort of blurry distance one that we just went over?
Yeah. Yes.
Did they, if you remember, did you see any other videos?
I don't think so. They didn't show me a lot.
Did they show you the video that I played at the end there of the defendant and 12E walking up the street?
No, they didn't show me none of that.
Okay.
I think they only showed me 2 videos, which was Rocky with the gun and then the actual like shooting taking place. Everything else they didn't show me. I found out during preliminary hearing,
So,
I believe.
yeah, and I don't want to jump yet to the preliminary hearing, but the first time you watched the video, did you see any video that had audio on it or attached to it?
Only one, but that was the shooting, but you couldn't see anything.
When the police showed you the video, did they play the one for you that has audio?
Oh no.
Okay. You said the first time you saw that one was at the preliminary hearing, correct?
Yeah, correct.
After this incident, so after November 6th, when was the next time that you saw Elijah?
After the incident,
Yes.
I haven't seen Elijah since
In person?
in person.
Now, if there's an allegation that Elijah suffered an injury because of this, was there anything that you saw that that you could speak to what Elijah looked like after this incident?
You said it again?
Yes, if there's an allegation that Ills suffered an injury because of this incident, did you have any opportunity to see Ills' face after this incident?
Actually, I did because one of them posted a video and I took a snapshot of them all eating. They went out to eat the next day after the shooting.
Okay. And where did you see that video?
It was on, I forget whose story mode, but it was one of them, but it was like burritos. He even had his girlfriend there and a bunch of people eating and he was toasting. And I just figured I'd take a snapshot.
And could you see Ills in that video?
Oh yeah, you can.
And you took a photograph of that.
I did.
Mark my next.
18.
you see that?
Yeah, okay.
Do you,
Yes, I
rec- do you recognize this photograph?
Yes,
And is this the screenshot that you're talking about that you took?
it is.
And the video you watched was on November 8th, correct?
I don't really know how to see, but yes.
Okay. But
If
you're
I take it
saying,
off my phone, you can see it.
are you saying you don't remember the specific date, but you know it was within a day or?
Oh, I knew it was
days?
the next day.
The next day?
Yeah.
Okay. And you see Ills in this still photograph?
Yeah, it was right to the, I believe.
Can you
that
point
way.
to him?
This is him right here.
Okay, so I would say it's the only face that we can see on the far left of the photograph to the stand next to the person in the red jacket who's standing there. Who's the person in the red jacket?
That's Rocky.
Okay. And when you the video you actually saw of this, was it was longer than just this one photograph, right?
Yeah, they was toasting.
And in the video, could you see more of Ills' face?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did you see any injury on Ills' face in that video?
No.
Okay. Now, I know we've kind of jumped around a little, so I want to go back to the day of the shooting. After the two shots that we heard, the defendant and 12E ran away. You said you and Ills separated, correct?
Yeah.
And you walked the same path that you had taken up the street past the W down Hollywood, correct?
Yeah, back to the Lowe's.
Okay. What at that point was your reaction to what had just happened? How were you feeling?
Shit. I felt betrayed. I felt hurt. I felt like, that's why I was texting him. I wanted to see where he was at with this situation. I felt like he was just denying it, like just acting like the shit didn't happen. So it was hard for me to like even trust him or anybody around him at that point.
When
So I
you
started
say-
calling like lawyers. I had my business partner.
Let me stop you. When you say he and him, are you talking about the defendant?
Yes.
Okay. Where did you, well, I think you already said you went back to the Lowe's, correct?
Yeah, I went back to Lowe's to get my girlfriend for 1 second.
Okay.
But I walked there. I walked to Lowe's, and then I ended up getting my girlfriend.
And
I went back
after,
and got the bullets.
so after you met up with your girlfriend, where did you go?
We drove back to the same spot.
To-
So that was within like an hour or 45 minutes. You could timestamp it and see how long it took me to get back there. But it wasn't hard for me to find the bullets because I knew exactly where I got shot at.
Okay. Let me stop you. So you and your girlfriend are together, you're driving, you said we went back there. Where do you mean when you say there?
To the incident. To
Where
Hollywood.
the shooting happened or where at the parking garage?
The shooting.
Okay. That street corner?
Yes.
And I believe in your answer you said that, and this is your approximation, that it was about 45 minutes to an hour after the shooting that you went back?
Yes, correct.
Do you remember the exact time?
Probably, I've seen it recently on my phone, but it had to be like 10:40 something or maybe like 11:40 something. So that gives it like an hour from the time that the incident happened. That I took a picture of, I took a picture of the bullet. So I remember, I think you have to show me the time or something. That's how I remember. But first I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts to get a pen in a brown paper bag. And then I went over there in hopes to find whatever I could find, whether it was cameras, anything, you know what I mean? Because I took pictures of cameras and everything. And then so happens I find the bullets. So I take a picture of them before I scoop it up with a pen and then put it in the brown bag.
We're going to take a break now. Stretch your leg. All right, folks, we'll be in recess for 15 minutes. So if you could all please be outside the courtroom doors at 11:30, as close to that time as possible. Just as a reminder, we're going to go to 12.
percentage point from its peak. That recalibration of our policy stance was appropriate in light of the progress on inflation and the rebalancing in the labor market. With our policy stance significantly less restrictive than it had been and the economy remaining strong, we do not need to be in a hurry to adjust our policy stance. At today's meeting, the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 4.25% to 4.5%. We know that reducing policy restraint too fast or too much could hinder progress on inflation. At the same time, reducing policy restraint too slowly or too little could unduly weaken economic activity and employment. In considering the extent and timing of additional adjustments to the target range for the federal funds rate, the committee will assess incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. We're not on any preset course. As the economy evolves, we will adjust our policy stance in a manner that best promotes our maximum employment and price stability goals. If the economy remains strong and inflation does not continue to move sustainably toward 2%, we can maintain policy restraint for longer. If the labor market were to weaken unexpectedly, or inflation were to fall more quickly than anticipated, we can ease policy accordingly. Policy is well positioned to deal with the risks and uncertainties that we face in pursuing both sides of our dual mandate. As we previously announced, our 5-year review of our monetary policy framework is taking place this year. At this meeting, the committee began its discussions by reviewing the context and outcomes of our previous review that concluded in 2020, as well as the experiences of other central banks in conducting reviews. Our review will again include outreach and public events involving a wide range of parties, including Fed Listens events around the country and a research conference in May. Throughout this process, we will be open to new ideas and critical feedback, and we will take on board lessons of the last 5 years in determining our findings. We intend to wrap up the review by late summer. I would note that the committee's 2% longer-run inflation goal will be retained and will not be a focus of the review. The Fed has been assigned 2 goals for monetary policy: maximum employment and stable prices. We remain committed to supporting maximum employment, bringing inflation sustainably to our 2% goal, and keeping longer-run inflation expectations well anchored. Our success in delivering on these goals matters to all Americans. We understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you. I look forward to your questions.
Chairman Steve Leisman from CNBC. Mr. Chairman, at a event in Davos, or to Davos anyway, the president said he'll demand that interest rates drop immediately. So I guess I have a 3-part question. Has the president done this to you? Has he made that demand? Secondly, what is your response to that? And third, what effect, if anything, if any, does a president making these kind of remarks have on policy? Thank you.
3 questions. I'm seeing it really as one question, though. So I'm not going to have any response or comment whatsoever on what the president said. It's not appropriate for me to do so. The public should be confident that we will continue to do our work as we always have, focusing on using our tools to achieve our goals and really keeping our heads down and doing our work, and that's how we best serve the public. I've had no contact. Thanks.
Nick Timmeros, The Wall Street Journal. Chair Powell, you and several of your colleagues said around the time of the last meeting that your policy stance was meaningfully restrictive. private sectors have seen that the best and most successful organizations are often the ones that have a strong and persistent commitment to diversity and inclusion. These organizations consistently attract the best talent by investing in and retaining a world-class workforce. First question is, do you still believe that? And if so, how do you intend to put that belief into practice while remaining consistent with the recent executive order prohibiting diversity and inclusion efforts?
So let me say yes, in answer to your first question. But to the second question, I want to say this. We are, like others, we're reviewing the orders and the associated details as they're made available. And as has been our practice over many administrations, we are working to align our policies with the executive orders as appropriate and consistent with applicable law. And I want to add that I'm not going to have anything more specific for you today on this whole set of issues.
Just follow up quickly on that. I'm wondering how you're getting that to be consistent with the Dodd-Frank law's stipulations about maintaining an Office of Minority and Women's Inclusion.
So I did mention consistent with applicable law, right?
Steve's question, what reassurance can you give the American public that the Fed will continue to operate independent of politics under this administration?
You know, as I've said countless times over the years, this is who we are. This is what we do. We study the data. We analyze how it will affect the outlook and the balance of risks, and we use our tools to try to, given our best understanding, our best thinking, try to achieve our goals. That's what we do. That's always what we do. Don't look for us to do anything else. And that's, you know, lots of research shows that's the best way for a central bank to operate. That'll give us the best possible chance to achieve these goals for the benefit of the American people. That's always what we're going to do, and people should have confidence in that, as I said a few minutes ago.
You've said that the Fed is in wait-and-see mode based on the policies that come out of this administration. Has the Fed started to model what policies like mass deportations, changes in immigration policy specifically, would look like for the workforce and for inflation?
So one of the things our staff does is they look at a range of possible outcomes, and they tend to go from really good to really bad, and it's one of the best things that they do. And in each teal book, you can look at the 5-year-old teal books and see there are alternative simulations. So that's what they do. There'll be a baseline, and then they'll show 6 or 7 alternative scenarios, including really good ones and not so good ones. And what those do is they spark, the policymakers to sort of think and understand about the uncertainties that surround us. So yes, the staff does that, and we're all well aware that that the range of possibilities is always broad, and not just now, but always. And you have to. It's hard to be open to just how broad the possibilities are for an economy. No one saw the pandemic coming, and it changed everything. So things happen, and but yes, we do that. But it's different. It's one thing to do that, to make assessments about what might happen and begin to think about what you might do in that case, but you don't act until you see much more than we see now.
Bloomberg News. Last month you talked about a future rate cut as being pretty, significantly predicated on more progress in inflation. With the characterization of the labor market in the statement today, would you say that that's even more so the case now?
I'd say it's the same. We want to see, further progress on inflation. And, the story's there. We're just going to have to see the data. At the end of the day, it comes down to 12-month inflation, because that takes out the seasonality issues that may exist. And, we're just going to need to see that. We think we see the pathway for that to happen. One example, a key example, is that you now do see owner's equivalent rent and housing services, the way it's calculated for PCE. You see that coming down pretty steadily now, and that's the place where most of the
third one at 11:47:56, correct?
Yes.
And the fourth one on this page, 11:48:01, correct?
Yes.
Now, and I can show them, approach if you need me to show them to you closer. But would you agree that the first two photographs appear to be of the same cartridge case?
It is.
So even though there's two photographs, those photographs are taking pictures of the same individual thing.
Exactly.
Okay. And then the bottom two photographs, is that, are you taking a photograph of a second cartridge case?
I am.
Okay. So even though there's four photographs, these are only of two cartridge cases at the scene, correct?
Yes.
And were these photographs that you took before you picked up those items?
Yes.
Was so these would have been in place at the time?
It was in place, never touched.
Okay. I'm going to put up people's 19B. Do you recognize that, Mr. Efron?
I do.
And is that one of the photographs that you took?
It is.
In total, while you were at that scene after you went back, how many cartridge cases did you find and collect?
2.
Did you find any more than 2 that you did not collect?
No.
Trying to pull up the computer here, but for some reason it's not recognizing something was plugged in. There we go. Your Honor, I want to display from the same exhibit, People's 15, the thumb drive. On the actual drive itself, there's a folder labeled 1616 Vista Del Mar. And contained within that are 2 files. The bottom file starts with magic-QX and ends in the number 2000. That's the file that I have pulled up on screen here. And Mr. Efron, can you see that?
Yeah.
This would be the same camera that we've seen before, correct, of that location?
Yes.
And it's very small here, but in the bottom I have it paused at 23:09:57. I'm going to play it forward a little, and I'm going to ask you a few questions. If I can see any of these controls. I'm going to ask you to focus your attention on that same street corner that we were discussing before. Can you see what looks like an individual person walking just off the curb and out into the street?
Yeah, that's me.
Keep your voice up.
Yeah, that's me.
Are you sure that that's you?
Yeah, I'm sure.
How is it that you are sure?
Because we can go back to when I took the stamps and see, like, you know what I mean?
Okay. So that's,
Well, can you just give us some time on that, please?
yes. See, I paused it again, so right now it's at 23:10:31. Which would be 11:10:31. 11:10:31. And you said you were there 11:45:24, correct, Mr. Efron?
Yes.
So this would be half an hour before you said you got there, correct?
Half an hour before.
If this is 11:10 and you said you got there at 11:45,
Hold on.
Can we have,
Yes.
what's the name?
She's on witness.
Wait, you say what now? Say that again?
yeah, that video shows that person there at 11:10 p.m. and you're saying you returned at 11:45. That was what you said when you said refer to the timestamps on the pictures, correct?
What time did the incident happen again?
The incident happened at 10:17 p.m.
10:17. What time was this?
Encroach again. It might be easier for you to see than me, but it's saying 11:10 p.m.
Yeah, so that's correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, I mean, can you make out the person that you see in that video?
Objection, Judge. You ready to
He's
testify?
already answered.
Your Honor.
No speaking objections.
I'm asking
No
for grounds.
speaking objections. Asked and answered.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I would just ask.
Yes.
I would just ask that counsel, the court has ordered that counsel stay ground. When he simply says objection.
I know what he's going to say. All right, I'll wait till he states the legal grounds. I'll wait till you state the legal
Please,
grounds.
thank you.
But I know what the legal grounds are, but as soon as he says objection,
Asked and answered.
ask him. He already said that.
Your Honor, I believe we are allowed to clarify.
Mr. Lord? No. Go ahead.
Would you agree that the person in that video, what color clothing items do you see that person wearing in the video?
Like again, a white shirt, and I think like pants,
Okay.
or sweater.
And you previously said you were wearing a dark colored top, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
But you're saying the person in this video is wearing a light colored top, correct?
All I know, I went back and found the bullets. I don't know who that is or what time, or I know I came back within an hour. I'm confused on what this is right here.
Okay. When you went back to your hotel, did you change your clothing?
I don't really remember. It was so long ago, but probably, I don't know.
You also said when you went back to the scene, you were with your girlfriend, correct?
Yeah.
Do you see a second person in the video here?
No, but you gotta keep playing it.
You continue to play. All right, they're asking me to wait because fixing the computers.
Check it all out. Find out what the problem is. All right.
Mr. Efron, did you have an opportunity to watch this video? And sorry, I can take that if it's distracting, the timestamp with the photographs. Did you have a chance to watch this video when you testified at the preliminary hearing?
I did.
When you testified at the preliminary hearing, did you say that's
Or grounds.
Yes, nice finish.
What's the objection?
This is trying to impeach him, which is not
No,
good.
no, no, there's nothing wrong with impeaching parties on witness.
You know, can we strike the word impeachment? That's not a legal objection, and he's now describing what we're doing, which is incorrect.
An attorney is entitled to contradict what a witness has previously said.
Did you previously testify at the hearing? That's not me.
What are you going to read from?
The preliminary hearing transcript.
What page?
127.
What line?
Right now, I'm at line 13.
Hold on. I don't have a transcript. Everything you have.
We need to get all of it. We may have an extra copy.
Alex is going to get.
You know, while Alex is getting that, we approach
While he's doing that, Garner, I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna play the video forward and then I'll come back to the line of question once you have the transcript. Okay, Mr. Efron, I just, sorry, my eyes are just not that good. I cannot see the time. It's so small. So it's stopped right now at 23:10:31. So it'll be 11:10:31. I'm going to play it forward. And I'll read the time off where we stop. Keep your eye on that person if you would, Mr. Efron.
That's time me. I don't walk like that.
Hold on. There's no question.
No question.
Hold on. All right. I'm going to stop it there. I think that's good. Let me just read off the time and it will be played. So it's now at 23:11:39. So 11:11:39. Did you have an opportunity to watch that person that was depicted on the video during that period of time the video was played?
Yes.
And did you see any other people with that individual?
No.
I'd like to go into the transcript, Your Honor, but
Can you bring me the page?
yes.
Let me just take a look at it before you.
What's the
Page 127, line 13.
Line 13. And it's going to go into 128.
All right, so let me just take a look. Over to where on the?
At least to line 6, Your Honor.
All right, this is inconsistent with his trial testimony. so it's fair game.
You weren't ready? Finish that one.
Well, can we approach or?
Nothing. Tell me what the.
I just don't want to speak in objection, so that's.
I'm trying to.
You can, the part that you wanted to read is inconsistent with today what Mr. Efron has testified to. You're entitled to bring out prior statements that are different than in court, in trial statements. So go ahead.
I'm not disputing that, Your Honor. Yes. I want to say. Who's going to read?
Is there something else I need to see? No. All right, go ahead.
So, Mr. Efron, when you testified previously, you were shown that video, correct?
Yes.
Did you say, "That's not me"?
I believe so. It was a long time ago.
Do you want to refer to the transcript?
But I remember, I need to jog my memory. It's the first time I'm seeing it. Once I looked at the video, I noticed that's not me.
Okay.
I don't walk like that. I don't move like that. That look like a homeless person or something.
Did you also in fact say, "I don't even walk like that"?
When before?
Yes, when you.
Oh, I just had to look
testified
just now and notice again. But yeah, I don't walk like that.
Okay. My question is, when you testified previously, you said, "I don't even walk like that."
Yeah. Yes.
Did you also previously testify that when you went back, quote, "I probably had the same hoodie on, that looks like a gray hoodie"?
Sounds familiar. How long ago did I say that?
Is that what you said previously? Meaning, you said previously that you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
From that day? What do you mean?
I mean, okay.
I don't remember. It was so long ago.
You told us that when this incident happened, you were wearing this hoodie.
Right.
When you went back to your hotel and then came back to find the fired cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct?
Yeah, so if I
Yes,
touch.
and answer, Your Honor.
All right, Alex was giving me the, could you read the question?
Yes, sir. Question, when you went back to the hotel and then came back to find the fire cartridge cases, you previously testified you were wearing the same hoodie, correct? Answer, yes.
And when you watched the video, you commented that the person seen in that video was wearing a gray hoodie, or what you meant was a different color hoodie from the one that you were wearing that night, correct?
Correct.
And that testimony that we're referring to, or say you said that previously, that was on November 8th of 2023, correct? At a completely different hearing?
That was a preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
In court, previously taken judicial notice the day.
Yeah, the preliminary hearing occurred over 2 days. The first day was November 8th of 23. The second day was November 20th of 23.
Thank you, Your Honor.
As you sit here right now, do you have any recollection of how long it took you to find these fired cartridge cases after you went back to the scene?
Probably took me no longer than 2-3 minutes.
In your view, was it a quick, short period of time?
Yes.
You talked yesterday about some of the reasons why you would not the defendant that day, correct?
In general,
You talked about in general the consequences that you feared that would come to your career in the music business. Remember that?
yes,
Those were consequences that you feared would possibly happen if you got into an altercation with him. Have you, since this incident, suffered any actual consequences to your career?
oh, of course.
Can you explain that to the jury?
I mean, it's been a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, death threats, people labeling me a snitch for saying something that happened. My social media, everything that I'm doing as far as social media, I don't have a presence there no more.
You said you were working in the music industry managing.
Oh yeah, and then like my artists turned on me, my producers, they all turned on me because of this decision I made. They felt like, okay, this is gonna be like, I can't back them up no more. I can't support them with what I'm doing, going to the police. They didn't want nothing to do with me no more.
When you say they turned on you, what does that mean?
Like they unfollowed me, wrote shit about me, like some of them, other ones just like understood.
We're not making that flow suggestions.
Are you still working with any of those individuals?
No, nobody.
So that would include artists or musicians that you were working with, correct?
Yes.
Would also include producers that you worked with, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You don't have any of those people that you're managing anymore, correct?
Nobody.
You said that prior to this incident, you had meetings with different executives from record labels, correct?
Yeah.
Do you still have meetings with record labels?
No, they all unfollow me, damn near all of them.
Do any of them contact you anymore?
No.
You said you had your own management business called Shut Eye, correct?
That's correct.
Is that still a business?
No. I actually cut ties with all my artists and gave them their royalties. Like I didn't even get no back end.
Stop.
Is it fair to say that your entire career in the music business is now no longer, does not exist anymore?
In that field of overall music, fashion, just the culture, it's done.
All of it.
Done.
And how soon after the shooting did that happen?
I mean, nobody really knew it was me until Jabari posted a picture of me. So then once that happened, it was over.
Okay. Was that?
That doesn't answer your question.
Yeah. Was that picture specifically in some way relating back to this shooting?
Yes.
How so?
Because he wrote on one of my pictures, this rat ass nigga snitched on my brother, or snitched on my bro, or whatever.
And after that, your career basically ended.
Oh yeah.
After the shooting, you already said you contacted an attorney, correct?
I did.
Did you ultimately, through your attorney, file a civil lawsuit?
I did.
And is the defendant one of the people that you're suing in that lawsuit?
Yes, him and his lawyer.
Okay. When you say his lawyer, who are you talking about?
Joe Tacopino?
Is he seated at the table here today?
He is.
And why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
No, but I got defamation lawsuit against him.
Your Honor, they're opening the door here.
I didn't, well, can you read the question back and the answer?
Why was it that his lawyer wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct? Answer defamation lawsuit against him.
The question is, why was the attorney not at the shooting?
No.
It definitely was not.
Why was it that
Ah.
Dashes, his lawyer, wasn't at the shooting when that happened that day, correct?
Why was he sued?
Call for yes or no.
No.
Mr. Tacopina was not at the shooting, correct?
No.
Answer another question. Okay.
One second. Since, well, when you came to that preliminary hearing that we talked about before, did Mr. Tacopina ask you questions at that hearing?
He did.
Can you give us an approximate of how long that, how long he was able to ask you questions?
I don't recall. I don't remember. It's like a day, half a day. I don't really remember.
Okay. More than an hour?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And did you answer the questions that he asked you?
I did.
After that day, has Mr. Tacopina asked you to, essentially, if you'll sit down for an interview with him?
No.
Did he ask you, or sorry, he did not ask you directly, but were you asked by the judge if you would agree to an interview with Mr. Tacopina since that day of the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, I was.
When did that happen?
Yesterday.
And what was your answer?
I declined
Why did you decline to talk to him?
because I spoke to him already.
One second, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to mark my next exhibit, Your Honor.
20.
Do you have a friend, first name is Justin?
That's my business partner.
Is he a close friend of yours?
He is.
Someone that you've done business with?
Yes.
After this shooting, did you exchange text messages with Justin?
I did.
And did you send him any messages specifically related to the shooting?
Not really. I don't know if it would you call that relating or. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So I'm gonna display what I previously marked as People's Exhibit 20. Do you recognize what we see here?
Yeah, so I said I want to get this nigga's money.
All right. When you wrote that line, who are you referring to?
I'm referring to Rocky.
And again, was this text message sent after the shooting?
Yes, it was after.
Now, can you see Justin responds to your text, correct?
Yeah, he's a sarcastic person, so he said he's probably trying to get you to perform at conflict time.
So when you received that, you didn't receive that as a serious comment that he was making?
No, because he always makes like weird side jokes.
Okay. And what was your response to him after that?
He shot me.
And when you say he shot you, who are you referring to?
To Rocky.
Objection. He didn't say he shot me. He said he shot at me.
Sorry, I apologize. I did read that incorrectly. When you said he shot at me, who are you referring to when you say he?
Rocky. Rocky.
Is there a approximate date and time when that text was sent? Or
The
is
same
there a way-
day.
Is there a way to determine?
There is. Give me just 1 second. Do you remember the date and time?
It had to be the 7th.
I don't have it printed. I can definitely pull it up on Okay, we'll find the date and time and then we'll enter a stipulation. That works for us.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to mark my next exhibit, Your Honor, 21. It is a 10-page document.
Texts.
Text messages, yes. Before I display, I'm going to approach and ask him to review himself. Now, there's some information redacted on here, Mr. Efron, but do you recognize who the text messages in this thread are between? Okay. And
Okay, I didn't hear.
Me and Rocky.
the date that these text messages start, would you agree it's November 6, 21 at about 9:34 p.m.?
That's correct.
Okay. And if you need to refer to context, let me know. But there's two colors of text bubbles. There's blue and there's green. Do you know which one is you and which one is
I'm green. He's blue.
so the defendant's blue and you're green?
Is that yes?
Yes.
And that first message, November 6/21 at 9:34 p.m., that would be before the shooting, correct?
That's correct.
Now I'm going to go all the way to the last page, page 10, and show you the very last message on this thread is marked at November 7/21 at 12:46 a.m. Would you agree that is after the shooting?
That's correct.
Okay. Now you said he is blue and you are green, correct?
Yes.
Let's go through this first page. First text message. What was the content of the text message that you received?
Where you at? Question mark.
And then the second text message that you received.
Let's get to it.
All right. The third text message,
Stop ducking my calls.
and that one was read by you at 9:35, or sorry, 9:39 and 22 seconds p.m.
Correct.
Did you then responded to that message, correct?
Yeah, but we spoke because I answered his FaceTime call.
That's okay. I'm
I
just
lied.
going.
It's not about lying, but I didn't want to tell him exactly where it was at, so I said Trader Joe's.
That's fine. So, and I'm sure there are other messages you exchanged with other people, but I'm just asking you to focus on this
Okay.
this thread. Your next response to him at 10:08:31 was, "I'm in front of Trader Joe's, drop location."
Correct.
For the record, that was PM.
My fault. He's right. Okay. Going to the third page, the top of the page, the first message. I know it's a small photograph, but can you tell just from that small photograph what that's a picture of?
That's the showcase in the NFL.
And is this you sending him a picture of the shell casing after the shooting?
That's correct.
And how soon after you took the picture did you send it to him?
I don't know, within minutes or if right there, I don't really remember.
Okay. You took the picture at 11:45 and then sent it at 11:58. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you sent it to him that same night, correct?
I did.
And this, again, this is after the shooting.
That's after the shooting.
And then your next message to him?
You tried to kill me. You tried killing me.
And now we've moved into the next day, November 7th, but just past midnight, so 12 o'clock and 55 seconds in the morning, correct?
That's correct.
And then you said to him, The next message?
You should have killed me.
And then your next message to him after that one?
I sent him a text message of his call to me, his text message to me, letting him know that. So when I said you should have killed me, I was meaning I'm about to be the biggest, like I'm about to do what I need to do.
You were showing him the prior text message where he said, "Where are you at? Let's get to it."
I was pretty much showing
Wait,
him.
both can't talk at the same time. Go ahead and ask the question again.
Yes, you had taken a screenshot of the text messages where he said, "Where are you at? Let's get to it. Stop ducking my calls." And that's what you sent to him?
I did.
Okay. And that's at 12 a.m., correct?
That's correct.
Where are you at?
If you can, Mr. Efron, even though you might know or think what the answer is going to be that the question is over, can you wait all the way until you hear the lawyer finish their question, because the court reporter can't get you both at the same time.
Okay. Now, would you agree that up until that point in the text thread, he has not responded to your messages, correct?
I'll have to see my phone.
So, what I'm saying is, you said after the shooting, you texted him the cartridge
Okay,
case,
yes.
and you sent him 3 other messages. To that point, he never responded to any of them, correct?
Correct.
But after you sent him the picture of your conversation, he responded, correct?
Yes.
And what was the first message that he sent to you?
Bro, what the fuck is you talking about?
Voice up.
Bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Why you telling people I shot at you?
And then he questioned or added a question mark to the message that you had sent to him previously, saying you tried killing me.
Yeah, you put a question mark on it.
What did that mean to you when someone puts a question mark on your text?
I can't tell you what he meant by that.
No, how did you receive it?
I received it like he was not owning up to the fact. Like I just wanted to see if he was gonna own up to like what he was doing.
Okay. And then you sent him a response, correct?
Yeah, of my hand.
What were you showing him on your hand?
The graves.
The same injuries that we displayed before?
Yes.
And then
That was in April 17.
April 17, yes. And then his next message to you was to attach a question mark to your text of "you should have killed me," correct?
That's correct.
Did you receive that the same way? Like you said, in your words, he wasn't owning up to it?
Yeah, he was in denial still.
Okay. Top of the next page. What did you text him after that?
I said I did love this dumbass.
What does that mean?
I love him. You know what I mean? Like I didn't expect this to happen.
Sorry, I couldn't hear someone cough.
I did not expect this to happen. So I was just telling him I had love for you.
Meaning before the shooting, you loved
Yeah,
him.
before it.
Okay. Can you read your next message to him?
I said, y'all niggas try to set me up and take me with my daughter.
Did he respond to that message?
He did.
What did he say?
I try to do what? Nigga, I know you hate me. I hate you too.
Top of the 8th page. What did he say?
Stop making shit up, bro.
All right. And how did you respond to that?
I got bid.
Okay. At that point, what did you mean when you said I got bid?
I got video.
What video were you referring to?
So, I was thinking the actual, like, around, I probably was texting him after I got the bullets or something like that. I don't really remember, but when I said that, I probably was already back at my hotel and I already took pictures of every location we was at.
Okay, you said when you went back to take pictures of the actual cartridge cases, there were other things you were taking pictures of as well, correct?
Yeah.
What other things were you taking pictures
Any cameras I seen around?
of? On businesses?
Yeah.
And had you, up to the point that you sent this text, so we're now at 12:40 on November 7th, did you watch video from any of those locations?
No, I couldn't.
Did you have access to any of those cameras?
No, I went to one building. They told me I needed a subpoena.
Okay, so they specifically refused to let you watch it.
They wouldn't even acknowledge the fact that I wanted the video. They was like, you would need a subpoena.
So
I think I went with the lawyer that I had, and he told him that.
the point being though, when you sent that text message, at that moment, you had not seen any video related to this case.
I haven't seen anything.
Were you only referring to the fact that you know there were cameras around it?
Yeah, so I wanted to reserve before it gets too late on what happened, because I didn't go to the police right away.
But I'm asking, what are you communicating to him with that text message?
Oh, I'm letting him know that I have evidence. Like you're not getting away from this.
Why is it that you felt like you had to tell him you had evidence?
Because he shot at me. He wasn't acknowledging the fact that he shot at me.
Was he denying that the whole incident took place? Is that how you received it?
Yeah.
You would not break it in 2 minutes.
I'm just want to finish with this and I'll be done here. All right. You, after that text message about the video, what did you text him?
See you soon, bud.
Then your next message?
I meant to say probably stop texting me. You lost it.
Okay. But what you actually sent him was
Text everything. You lost it.
All right. And then your next text?
Just stop texting me.
And then how did he reply to that?
Love me but talk shit about me, shit on me, let me get cut, which I don't know how the fuck I let this man get cut, and it still ain't cut you off. We never had.
Can you just read the text and then I can ask you what
Nigga, you've been a op. You don't love me because we don't do business, so it is what it is.
Okay. When he said that you talk shit about him, what did you take that to mean?
I never talk shit about him. If anything, I'm just voicing my opinion on why shit is not working.
Okay. Did you know what he was referring to when he said, let me get cut?
Oh yeah, I was there that day, but I had nothing to do with him getting cut.
You didn't personally do anything to him, correct?
No.
All right. And then when he says you've been an op, what does that mean?
That was the first time I ever heard I was an op from him.
What's an
So
op?
it was new. Like an opposition, maybe somebody you don't fuck with. Mind you, I told this dude many times, if you don't fuck with me, just let me know.
Okay. And then get the rest. And then the last text message that he sent to you.
Now you're trying to extort niggas talking about I shot at you and shot you 4 times and all type of nonsense. You a phony, you don't have my best intentions. Stop
He
texting.
doesn't say mine.
Where?
You don't have the best intention.
Oh yeah, you don't have the best intentions. Stop texting me and stop calling my manager and call the police if I shot at you. You real. So after that, that's when I was like, okay.
Hold on.
How did you receive that text message?
Oh, it was no more trying after that. I was going to do, like, he literally told me to go to the police.
But did you receive that as him denying that this incident ever took place?
Oh, yeah.
In anywhere in the text messages he sent you, did he refer to an allegation that he used a prop gun
No, never.
or a starter pistol?
No.
When he says stop texting me and stop calling my manager, what is he? Do you know what he's referring to when he says stop calling my manager?
So he had a manager, John, that I was cool with, and when he did that, I sent everything I sent him, I sent to John. And John was like, pretty much like, whoa, let me see what's going on.
Okay, but that's what you thought he was referring to, was the fact that you were in communication with his manager?
With his manager, yeah.
Okay. You had a concern about what would happen if you ever challenged the defendant. Have those concerns been realized in your life?
Objection.
What do you mean by that?
Just a minute. About how much longer do you have?
That's it, Your Honor. That's my last question.
So you feel you'll be finished with direct examination?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yes. You've told us about all these fears you had about what would happen to you, what would happen to your career, your life, if you challenged the defendant. What happened? Have those fears actually been realized since this incident?
Yeah, for sure.
Those consequences have happened to you, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have anything.
All right. Let me see at the sidebar, not on the record before we.
President Trump for entrusting me with the privilege and responsibility of serving America's 34 million small businesses. There is no stronger advocate for these job creators than our president, and I share his commitment. If confirmed, I will work tirelessly with him to make small business great again. I want to thank my incredible husband, Jeff, my wonderful family and friends who have joined us here today and in person and via broadcast. Most importantly, I give all thanks and glory to God. As someone who has spent my life working in small businesses, starting them, growing them, and helping them succeed, I know that small business is big business for America. They comprise 99% of all businesses. They create 2 out of every 3 new jobs and employ nearly half of the private sector workforce. They are the opportunity and innovation engines that drive prosperity and growth, and they power the American economy as much as they power the American dream. In his first term, President Trump made historic strides to empower job creators and job seekers alike, driving small business formation, a blue-collar boom. And through historic tax cuts, trade deals, and deregulation, his agenda created 7 million new jobs, delivered historically low poverty, and record employment for minority communities. His first-term accomplishments were so great that following the 2024 election, small business optimism recorded its largest jump since 1980. That was more than 2 months before he even took office. Small business is in my DNA. I grew up the 4th generation on our family's farm in Illinois. My wonderful parents, Don and Linda, didn't have degrees, but they had faith and grit. They worked relentlessly to sustain our farm and small trucking company, risking everything to provide for us while navigating volatile commodity markets and complex regulations, and facing countless day-to-day challenges. It's where my Midwestern work ethic was ingrained, working in our soybean fields and waiting tables at local restaurants, preparing me for a lifetime of growing and starting businesses. I became the first in my family to graduate college, later earned my MBA, and became the only CFA ever to serve in Congress. Since then, I helped grow a startup into a Fortune 500 company. For 10 years, I co-owned a WNBA team. I later launched a financial tech company as the founding CEO and first employee. I recall managing budgets in Excel spreadsheets, hiring my first team member, and working with regulators as much as I recall ringing the bell when 2 of those companies went public. In the Senate, I strongly supported President Trump's historic agenda and pandemic response. Having spent years as a small business owner, I made it my mission to serve as their voice. I spent much of 2020 delivering relief, traveling the state of Georgia, and meeting with Main Street entrepreneurs like Eric and Rachel from Dockside Seafood in Savannah. They were struggling to navigate the PPP program. The loan that we helped them get didn't just save the restaurant, it saved the jobs of 35 Georgians. And I'm so proud to say that they're still in business today. Now, no matter the business, the challenges are consistent. From managing inflation and capital to hiring a skilled workforce and weathering uncertainty. Job creators in the last 4 years have faced rising demands to comply with new rules, often drafted with unknown cost and consequence. This regulatory complexity crushes growth, picks winners and losers, and denies opportunity to those who dare to dream of a better future. If I have the honor of being confirmed, I'll leverage my decades of business experience to champion America's entrepreneurs. We'll cut red tape and modernize this agency while restoring the accountability and transparency that taxpayers deserve. I will crack down on fraud with a zero-tolerance policy while shifting SBA's focus from Washington, D.C. back to Main Street, across America. And if confirmed, I'll collaborate across government and the private sector to deliver efficiency and results. Importantly, we will responsibly and urgently meet the challenge of disaster relief. I am committed to serving all who are impacted, from North Carolina to California to Hawaii. Each taxpayer dollar entrusted to the SBA should have an economic economic multiplier effect, delivering productive capital to grow manufacturing, strengthen rural communities, create jobs, and develop critical technologies like AI and chips. I believe we must continue to empower entrepreneurs from all walks of life, including women and veterans. Above all, the SBA's founding mission needs urgent restoration, empowering small businesses and growing our economy. That's exactly what the America First agenda does. By ending inflation, cutting taxes, unleashing American energy dominance, slashing regulation, and reining in waste, fraud, and abuse across government. In the last 4 years, small businesses have lost ground, burdened by inflation, big government regulation, and uncertainty that threatens the very existence of Main Street. President Trump's proven agenda will restore the small business economy, marking a return to Made in America with a golden era of prosperity and growth. At the SBA, that means meeting today's dynamic challenges alongside America's entrepreneurs, not by sitting in Washington or working from home. We will honor their jobs by doing ours. Small businesses are the risk takers, job creators, taxpayers, innovators, and the providers of first jobs to former waitresses like me. They represent the best of American free enterprise. Like President Trump, I've signed the front of a paycheck. We both understand there is nothing small about small business. Chair Ernst, Ranking Member Markey, and committee members, thank you for your dedication to small business. I welcome your questions, and I would be honored to earn your support to serve as the next administrator of the Small Business Administration. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Loeffler, for your testimony. Before we move to questions, the committee has received several letters of support for Senator Loeffler's nomination, and I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record letters of support from the following organizations: America's Small Business Development Centers, Independent Community Bankers of America, Independent Women's Forum, Job Creators Network, National Association of Development Companies, National Retail Federation, Small Business Investor Alliance, Small Business and Entrepreneurship Council, National Association of Government Guaranteed Lenders, International Franchise Association, National Restaurant Association, Georgia Public Policy Foundation, Governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, Association of Women's Business Centers, Economic and Community Development Institute, U.S. Black Chambers Incorporated, and the National Small Business Association. Without objection, so ordered. So at this time, we will go ahead and move on to questions. So I now recognize myself for 5 minutes of questions. Senator Loeffler, in our conversation, you made it clear that given your time in the Senate, you understand the role of Congress. You denoted, given your business experiences, you'd view us as your board and the taxpayers as your shareholders, with responsibilities to all of us to ensure the SBA moves forward in the right direction. Unfortunately, the Biden administration did not share this view. I repeatedly requested information, and those requests were ignored or fumbled. Can you commit to provide this committee with the documents and information it requests in a timely manner?
Absolutely, Chair Ernst. I look forward to a collaborative and responsive relationship.
Yes, and I think that is essential to a good partnership between Congress, the Small Business Administration, and our constituencies. That's who we serve. So thank you for that. Last year, SBA failed to alert or provide the committee with information before the agency ran out of funding for its disaster assistance program. Can you commit to more transparent, timely, and forthright dialogue between the SBA and this committee should you become administrator?
Absolutely, Chair Ernst. This should never happen again under my watch. It will not, and we will work to make sure that we have all the controls in place.
Thank you for that answer. I'd like to move on to your goals and vision for the agency. Now, we know that it's extremely important to me that we right-size the SBA and get it on a clear course to deliver its mission. Within your first 100 days as administrator, what would be your primary goals and objectives to get the SBA
the work that you've done to date. I look forward to working with this entire committee toward the aims of restoring the Small Business Committee, the Small Business Administration, to serving small businesses and supporting economic growth in this country. That's our North Star. In order to do that, we must have accountability at this agency. It's in dire need of restoration, and that starts with shoring up the financial situation. The fact that this agency has not been able to pass an audit for 4 years is a disgrace. We must make sure that we are accountable to taxpayers, that our programs are solvent and working toward the aims of serving small businesses. So obviously we're going to get our financial house in order and do it quickly. And we're going to do that in addition to making sure the programs are working for small businesses and taxpayers. We know that the core 7A program, loan program, is in need of oversight in terms of understanding the rising delinquencies and defaults. We will take a hard look at that. We will make sure that the disaster funds are resourced and accounted for, and that there are no more situations where Americans in a crisis are faced with months of not having disaster relief. And then finally, we are certainly going to get this agency back to work. I am grateful for President Trump's rapid action through his executive order to return to work. We're going to make sure that we have people at work committed to the success of small businesses, that have a heart for small business, but also have that sense of accountability to taxpayers.
Thank you so much for that. And as you talk about the audit, we know that we need transparency within the Small Business Administration. And hearing that is music to my ears. I began my elected career representing the taxpayers of Montgomery County as their county auditor. And I'm just excited to know that you will follow through on that commitment. As you know, I also serve as the chair of the Senate DOJ caucus, and we have a public mandate and a very rare opportunity to expose and roll back programs for what they truly are, multi-million-dollar boondoggles. SBA is not immune to this, which provides us an extraordinary opportunity to streamline and disrupt the bureaucracies and their status quo. Will you commit to examining programs to root out fraudulent actors?
This is critical because we're over 4 years past COVID. The last administration took a pass on rooting out fraud in these programs. I appreciate your work and your legislation continuing COVID collections to make sure that we go after those that want to defraud the government. As I said, we will have a zero tolerance policy toward fraud, but also toward waste and abuse. And we will root that out within the agency and those that seek to exploit the programs.
Very good. Thank you very much, Senator Loeffler. At this time, I will turn the gavel over to Senator Curtis while I go vote, and I will recognize Senator Markey, Ranking Member Markey, for your questions.
Thank you, Madam Chair, very much. On Monday night, President Trump's budget office issued a memo that directed agencies to cut off all federal spending outside of payments to individuals. The Trump administration issued this order even though this spending was authorized and appropriated by Congress and intended to benefit the American people. So my first question is very straightforward. Do you believe that this action by the president to cut off federal funding authorized and appropriated by Congress was lawful?
Senator, I disagree with the premise of your question because the money was certainly, with regard to the agencies, discretionary in many cases, but I fully agree with President Trump's decision to stop wasteful spending. It resulted in a landslide victory that many Americans were waiting for relief against excessive government spending that has skyrocketed inflation in this country.
He froze all programs. He did not freeze programs that had waste, fraud, and abuse. He froze all programs. Do you think that's lawful, that he can freeze all programs?
With all due respect, I completely disagree. Not all programs were frozen at all. He specifically, in the OMB
subject to the order. So he did not single out these programs initially. They were under this cloud of freezing all programs. It had to be clarified, and that's good for small businesses, but only for now. This uncertainty, the cloud which was placed over the head of small businesses across the country, that could return at any moment. It's just a dangerous precedent that the president set. So,
Senator, if I could add,
so
there
I
was
hope,
no
if
pause
I
in
may
the
finish. So
individual assistance.
I hoped that that you would hold President Trump to upholding the law. And if President Trump asked you to do anything illegal or unconstitutional in your role as SBA administrator, would you say no?
Ranking Member Markey, the president is not going to ask me to do that. I'm not going to create a hypothetical situation here. I will faithfully uphold the law, and President Trump is fighting for Americans.
The president
to get
has
back.
already acted illegally twice in the last 5 days. He fired the inspectors general. That was illegal under the law. He froze all funding on Monday night. That was also against the law. So it's not as though he won't ask you to do something illegal, unconstitutional. He's been doing it all week, and this is the first week. So let me move on. Since its creation in 1982,
Ranking Member Markey, if I could just for the record note that these were not illegal actions. I support the president's actions. It's in his right to select the members of the executive branch. That's what he was doing. And he certainly is in the right to stop wasteful spending, as most presidencies do when they come in to cause wasteful spending. Thank you.
No, the president violated a statute by firing the inspector general. It requires 30 days notice. It's a statute passed by Congress, signed by a president. It's a violation of the law. He does not have the ability to be a king.
Senator, I believe there's precedent for this, and it's in his right as the head of the executive.
Now, let me move on to SBIR, which has had staggering success across the country, and especially in Massachusetts. Overall, Massachusetts has received 26,000 SBIR and STIR grants, $9 billion in funding, and I strongly believe in these programs and their potential for just supercharging our economy, as those programs have in Massachusetts and states all across the country. And when I met with you, you mentioned that SBIR awards should be awarded on a merit basis. And I agree wholeheartedly that merit drives innovation. So will you commit to working with me and the committee to ensuring that any SBIR, STTR reauthorization effort maintains a merit-based process and does not limit innovation?
Absolutely, Ranking Member Markey. If I have the honor of being confirmed, I will look forward to working with you, and I know we have a lot of common ground in support of small businesses, particularly the SBIR. And for those watching, it's the Small Business Innovation Research Program that allows the United States to be at the forefront of technological, biomedical, and other types of national security related technology, research, and innovation that is so important to this country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I now yield 5 minutes to myself. And I'm so pleased, Senator, to have you with us, and we'll call you Senator at least for now. When you came into my office, I really appreciated the connection we made about small businesses in our own lives and in your family's lives. And like many of the members here, we can all identify with the statistics in our state. I don't think they're very different in mine. It's 99% small business. Over half of all the employees in the state are small business. And it's such an important part of our economy, yet they often lack resources and don't have some of the advantages of larger businesses. And one of the things we discussed when you were in my office is how to best hook up the resources of your administration with those small businesses in our state. You were generous, I think, if I remember correctly, to offer to come out to our state. And I'm getting a nod of the head, so I'm going to take a yes for that. And I think as part of that, not just you coming out, but helping educate my small businesses about what's available to them and how they can access those. So we'll look forward to your visit.
Thank you, Senator. I'm very excited about visiting Utah. I'm excited to have you in the Senate and appreciated meeting with you and your staff in the basement office. I used to have a basement office. It's a great way to start.
It is, like a small business.
That's right. It's a small business.
I think we
small businesses have lost ground. Now, the SBA can be a way of helping small businesses combat what has been a tough 4 years if we deploy the resources appropriately and prudently so that the small businesses who need it most have access to that, be it through capital, be it through technical assistance, or other ways of supporting entrepreneurship in this country, which is so vital to our advancement on a global stage, but also within our local communities. These are the businesses that sponsor the softball teams. These are the businesses that provide that first job, and they are the ones that never work from home. They show up, they turn out their commitments to their customers, and that's absolutely what we're going to do at the SBA.
Great, I appreciate that. Look forward to working with you on that. Kind of a sister to that would be just federal policy in general, and we know we're going to be talking about tariffs in the upcoming days. Once again, these are disproportionately hard on small businesses, and we had this conversation in my office too. Would love to invite you to work with the administration and the Senate as we move into a world where tariffs are a real reality, to figure out how to help small businesses accommodate better to those tariffs. Things like a different runway timeframes in when those hit the small businesses. Can you just comment on how we can deal with our small businesses and what might be one of their most difficult challenges?
Thank you, Senator. I have the honor of being confirmed. I will be a voice for small business, but let me assure you, there is no bigger small business champion than President Trump. He will make sure that small business has a voice at the table, but I also think it's important that we look at the data and not the hyperbole that happens sometimes in the media. President Trump was successful in implementing tariffs in his first term, but also successful at keeping inflation right around that 2% mark, which is really, some facts that the media always overlooks. So you have my commitment that small businesses will be considered in all the decisions we make, and that's something that I know firsthand from President Trump. He is their biggest advocate.
And thank you, Senator Curtis, for manning the chair. I now recognize Senator Hirono.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chair. Mrs. Loeffler, welcome. As part of my responsibility as a member of this committee, as well as all the other committees on which I sit, I ask the following two initial questions of all nominees who come before any of my committees. So I'll ask you, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement relating to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
During the pandemic, you opposed Planned Parenthood health centers receiving PPP loans for ideological reasons, even though, like other nonprofits, they were eligible for loans as later determined by SBA's own Inspector General. Last week, the president fired the IG without proper notice as required by law. And it's clear that President Trump believes he can do whatever he wants. As the administrator, should you be confirmed, would you commit to implementing SBA programs in a fair and impartial manner?
Senator Hirono, let me first say I hope that we could be able to meet. I requested several meetings. I keep the people of Maui in my prayers. I know that they're still struggling through the disaster that occurred about 18 months ago, and I hope that we can work together. But let me correct, with all due respect, the premise of both premises of your question. I objected to the Planned Parenthood receipt of COVID relief loans because they did not fit the parameters of the program because of the affiliation.
You do know that the IG said or took a contrary position. So all I'm asking is whether you can be fair and impartial in being the administrator of SBA, a very important position, as you say. There are so many small businesses throughout our country. So just a simple affirmation that you can do so is what I'm asking.
Senator, I will faithfully uphold all of the laws and ethics rules.
Well, the thing is that, as I mentioned with President Trump, the laws that he likes are the ones he likes, and then the ones he doesn't like, he considers them to be illegal, but I will move on. As a senator, you co-sponsored sponsored the resolution recognizing Brian Sicknick, the U.S. Capitol Police officer who was brutally attacked during the January 6th insurrection and who later died. As a result, last week the president issued blanket pardons for the January 6th insurrectionists, including those responsible for attacking Officer Sicknick. Do you agree with the president's decision to pardon these violent offenders? Yes or no?
Yes, Senator, I strongly support President's pardon. These individuals were denied due process, and it's time to get past political persecution in this country. That's what Americans voted for.
Ms. Loeffler, they were not denied due process because they were tried and found guilty, and some of them even admitted their guilt. So I am disappointed that you agree that these violent, basically criminals, should be pardoned. Let me get to the Lahaina wildfire. In 2023, Lahaina experienced wildfires that devastated the entire community, including schools, homes, businesses, and more. Key to that recovery, their recovery, has been what I've described as the federal family of agencies, which of course includes FEMA and SBA. Last week, the president proposed eliminating FEMA, and he said, quote, "Let the states take care of the tornadoes and the hurricanes and all of the other things that happen," end quote. So I have seen the devastation in Lahaina and the role FEMA and SBA played in the recovery. The SBA itself provided hundreds of millions of dollars in loans to help Lahaina recover. It would be a huge mistake to eliminate SBA's role in disaster response and relief and have states fend for themselves. Do you agree with the president's recent comments that states should be left to fend for themselves during and after natural disasters? That's another yes or no question.
Senator, I disagree with the premise. The president strongly supports disaster relief. He was on the ground just last week in North Carolina.
Well, unfortunately, he also said
I also mentioned Hawaii in my opening remarks that we do support the continued relief there.
So you support the continuing involvement of the SBA in recovery?
Yeah, and the president's been clear that individual assistance will not be paused.
I'm glad you do, and that you support the continuing important role of SBA. You know, when you were running for U.S. Senate, time flies.
Yes, the senator's time has expired.
I think, are you having a second round?
We can do a second round, yes, Senator Hirono.
If not, I'll certainly submit questions for the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Next, I will recognize Senator Budd for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank the chair. Senator Loeffler, congratulations on your nomination. Thanks to your family and your friends for being here and for leaving your role in private work twice to serve our country. So thank you for what you're willing to do. Your state and my state and several others have gone through quite a lot since late September with Hurricane Helene. In the moments where I wasn't in Western North Carolina myself, I was able to look up and see a television. It was you standing there, I believe it was in Valdosta, with President Trump, committing that if he were reelected, he would support. He's lived up to that. He's been back to Western North Carolina. I believe he's our rebuilder in chief. So one of the things that we saw was that the SBA under President Biden, it failed to notify Congress in a timely manner about the depletion of the disaster relief fund and didn't fulfill their reporting requirements along the way. So if confirmed, how would you ensure timely and accurate reporting to Congress regarding disaster loan account balances and funding needs, and how would you address the transparency failures that we saw during the Biden administration?
Thank you for this important question, Senator, and let me assure you my prayers are with the people of Western North Carolina. I know the president was there recently and is truly the rebuilder in chief, as are many private enterprises in your own state, Samaritan's Purse, and I thank them for their dedication across the Southeast, and my prayers are with the people of Georgia and all impacted. But
have recent disasters like Hawaii or for us, Helene, that really revealed a lot of real shortcomings in the SBA's management and oversight of its disaster loan portfolio. So these have led to funding shortfalls, lack of transparency, administrative inefficiency that really hindered a timely disaster response and recovery. People of Western North Carolina, I know of North Georgia as well, they felt these failures firsthand when they needed assistance most. Instead, they were left waiting due to the SBA's mismanagement during a time of dire need. So, Senator, will you commit to working with my office and this committee to address these shortcomings and ensure that the SBA is fully prepared to respond effectively to the needs of businesses in North Georgia, Western North Carolina, and the other states that are in need from disasters?
Absolutely, Senator. You have my commitment.
Thank you. Senator, the numbers paint a troubling picture for small businesses. You know, there was a survey from 2023-2024. It was the Intuit QuickBooks Small Business Index, and it says that small businesses' employment declined. There were 51,000 jobs. And it also said that revenue fell on average for those businesses about $12,000. That's a lot for a small business. So, and that's also the steepest year-over-year decline since the Obama administration of 2015. That same time, the 2024 Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Voices survey revealed that 77% of small businesses are deeply concerned about their ability to access the capital that they need to operate reliably. So as you know, small businesses, it makes up the bulk of our economy. I think President Trump has said small business is big business. So, and this level of decline is, I would imagine you would think as well, it's unacceptable. So under your and President Trump's leadership, how can we expect to see a new golden age for our small businesses?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question, because President Trump is restoring the golden era for all Americans by strengthening our economy, making our country more safe and secure, and ensuring wasteful taxpayer spending is not driving up inflation. Inflation is the #1 problem, not only facing families, but small businesses. They're looking at 20% higher costs on at least 10% lower revenues. That's an unsustainable situation for our employers who are putting it all on the line. And small businesses have my commitment that I will have their back.
Thank you, Senator Budd. I now recognize Senator Schiff for 5 minutes of questions.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. It's an honor to serve on this committee and represent California's 4.2 million small businesses, including tech startups, nonprofits, child care centers, rural businesses, the arts and entertainment industry, and women and minority-owned businesses. That number is growing daily, and I am very proud to represent these incredible business owners, innovators, and hardworking employees. Senator Loeffler, I appreciate the conversation that we had last week. I think it was last week. The weeks have seemed endless these days. As you know very well, horrific wildfires and high winds have ravaged California over the last month, displacing thousands of families and destroying homes, schools, community centers, places of worship, and countless small businesses. As these fires have impacted the livelihood of innumerable Californians, it is crucial that we know California will have the full support of the federal government to respond, to recover, and to rebuild. And we must rebuild resiliently. The SBA provides disaster assistance for homeowners, renters, nonprofits, and businesses of all sizes affected by natural disasters. I got to see this really in operation, visiting the Discovery Resource Centers in Los Angeles, in Westwood, and in Pasadena. SBA was on hand in large numbers to help small business owners and homeowners find what resources were available to them to help them recover and rebuild. I do want to echo the concern raised by my colleague, Senator Markey, about the freeze on federal funding. I know there has been a subsequent statement saying that the freeze order has been lifted, but not the freeze. None of us really know how to make heads or tails of that. But what concerns me is that even if the administration says that help to individuals will not be affected by this, if federal funding to SBA is curtailed, then it means SBA cannot make loans to individuals. And businesses. And at a time when Californians desperately need that help, any delay, any uncertainty will just add additional injury. I've also been distressed by some of the calls to condition funding to California. California has contributed more to the recovery of other states than any other state in the union. And I want to ask you, first of all, to recommit to something we discussed privately, and that is to ensuring, if confirmed, that all states, not just California, but all states receive speedy relief for disaster victims and survivors without regard for whether a state is red or blue or green or yellow or anything else. Are you committed to, in a colorblind, political affiliation blind way, make sure that SBA assistance is speedily provided to small businesses in every state?
Senator, I appreciated our time in being in your office and discussing this important matter. Obviously, my prayers are with California, but our efforts will be there as well. As President Trump demonstrated by his first official trip, typically presidents might fly outside the country. He went to California. He immediately appointed a task force, getting the very capable Rick Grinnell involved. I think the president's actions have demonstrated his support for disaster relief. He's done it effectively in his last term, and I will support his efforts and leadership to ensure the people of California have the resources they need under President Trump's leadership.
Well, let me just say I was grateful the president came to Los Angeles. I felt that if he saw the damage, he could not help but be moved, and I think and hope that he was. I am concerned, though, about some of the statements he has made about tying disaster assistance to the passage of completely unrelated voter ID laws or, frankly, any other unrelated policy matter. Let me also raise the need to, not just with respect to disaster in California, but elsewhere, make sure that the SBA is proceeding apace with a sense of urgency, that it is efficiently and effectively processing loan applications. I realize the balance is difficult because you have to avoid fraud, and there was massive fraud among some who were applying for COVID relief. We do not want to see that repeated. But nevertheless, we don't want to see excessive delays either. Frankly, I think firing the Inspector General harms the ability to ferret out waste and fraud and abuse. But are you committed to doing everything you can to provide speedy attention to SBA applications while providing at the same time safeguards to avoid fraud?
Yes, I am, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, or Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Senator. On behalf of the chair, I'll recognize myself. Senator Loeffler, it's great to see you. Thank you for being willing to do this job. As you and I discussed when we met in my office, I loved serving with you. You were a terrific senator, and I'm just so glad that you're willing to do this job. It's going to be a great, great service to our country. Let me just ask you a question or two to start with about the priorities at SBA. I noticed that on day one of his administration, the last president issued an executive order directing federal agencies to adopt a broad racial equity agenda. And that was particularly a focus of SBA over the last 4 years. In fact, according to one report, by far the largest program that uses racial preferences in the federal government is the 8A program run by SBA. To be eligible for it, companies had to show various racial and other characteristics in order to access funding. A federal court in Tennessee ruled it unconstitutional. Another federal court struck down a similar requirement, also administered by SBA, the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. Here's my question to you. President Trump has now, thankfully, with his own executive order, said we're going to put a stop to these DEI programs. How do you see implementing that at SBA, and will you get SBA refocused on actually helping small businesses, no matter who the owner is, no matter where they are? There'll be no tipping of the scales in order to fit some bureaucrat's agenda. We're going to help those in need, get them stood up. We're going to execute on the mission of SBA. Tell us what you'll do about that.
Senator, thank you. Thank you, and I appreciate the time we spent in your office discussing these matters. Importantly, President Trump's EO overturns a divisive and illegal DEI program that was spread throughout the government, and particularly
fantastic answer. I'm glad to hear it. And let me just ask you about another priority. While the last administration's Small Business Administration was focused on this DEI agenda, what it was not doing was helping people in rural areas of the country, like most of my state. In FY24, just to take one example, SBA made 103,000 loans. Only 12,000 of those went to rural businesses. That's just over 12%. Of SBA's $56 billion in capital last fiscal year, only $6 billion went to rural businesses. That's just 11%. There, you want to talk about inequity. There's an imbalance between urban and rural. And listen, we've got urban centers in my state as well. I'm all for small businesses in urban centers getting what they qualify for. But would you agree with me that our small businesses in rural America are extremely important? They are often the lifeblood of our communities, like the small town where I grew up, 4,000 people, relies on small businesses. What will you do to make sure that small business in rural America is a priority, that they're getting access to the funds that they qualify for, and we're doing everything we can to help these small businesses revitalize these communities?
Well, Senator, not only do I agree with you, I've lived it. I was raised in a family of fourth-generation small business. My nearest town had 600 people in it, and my high school had 8 small towns. Many of my fellow students' parents were small business owners. I saw the hard work that they did, the complexity of dealing with increased federal regulation even back then, and we have to ensure that small businesses in rural communities are getting the support they need. I understand it firsthand, and I know that we can do better, and we will do better, because this is an area that we can grow in terms of bringing manufacturing made in America again can come back, driven by rural America, and paying attention to people that have been forgotten about. That's what President Trump does. He remembers the forgotten men and women working so hard in this country to make it work.
Fantastic. Well, I welcome your focus on this. I look forward to working with you. Let me ask you just about fraud and waste and abuse, and you've talked about this some. I think your answers have been very heartening. You remember, in fact, you referenced it at the height of the pandemic. Congress enacted the so-called CARES Act to provide very necessary relief to millions of Americans. We also, at the same time, created, however, a special inspector general to monitor any fraud and abuse in that program. Now, for reasons that continue to elude me, the last administration, the last president, when he came to office, almost immediately limited the remit of this special inspector general, then tried to effectively defund it. And now we find out hundreds of billions of dollars were wasted or fraudulently dispersed or not properly paid back under these programs. Would you agree with me that we need the Special Inspector General, SIGPER? We need that office to be properly funded. We need it to be given the jurisdictional authority that it deserves. Senator Ernst has a bill to make sure that SIGPER gets that jurisdictional authority. Would you support that? And can you talk to us about the need to be rooting out fraud and abuse and corruption?
Absolutely, Senator. If I'm confirmed, I look forward to working with this committee to have a higher standard of accountability, to act with more urgency, to have a zero-tolerance policy with regard to fraud, and to making taxpayers whole. We have to get back to that accountability and getting those funds back into taxpayer hands as soon as possible.
Very good. Thank you. And now I'll recognize Senator Sheehy.
Thank you. about the current situation is the uncertainty that it creates for so many of the people who benefit from those programs, and the fact that it's so broad and far-reaching. I enjoyed the opportunity to meet with you, and thank you for coming in and talking. One of the things that we discussed was the importance of our field offices within the SBA, and I was pleased that Chair Ernst mentioned the importance of ensuring that we keep people in the field offices and not reduce those staff members, because that's where so much of the help for our small businesses comes from. So can you reassure us that you will focus to make sure that the district offices have the support they need and are able to staff up in the way that helps our small businesses?
Absolutely, Senator. If confirmed, I can assure you we will put an emphasis on the field. And we have in the SBA 10 regional offices and then 68 field district offices. And the great aspect of this is we can be out with our entrepreneurs, with our small businesses, not only delivering capital, but the technical support and counseling that they need to succeed. Because we know that when small businesses have the counseling and mentorship that they need to fill in any gaps, they are more successful. And I've heard so many great stories from small businesses. I know you hear them every day, who rely on just that extra little help to become successful. I've seen them in our own community. So you have my commitment, and I look forward to visiting your state as well.
Good, thank you. We look forward to having you come to New Hampshire. One of the most important roles you will have is as a spokesperson for small businesses. I was pleased that President Trump continues to maintain the SBA administrator as a member of his cabinet. I think that's very important. And one of the issues that I've been proud to work on that I think we need to continue to focus on for our small businesses is helping them access foreign markets, because so many, 99% of markets are outside of the United States, but only about 3% of small and medium-sized businesses do business outside of the United States. I was proud to help create the State Trade Expansion Program, the STEP program. I would hope that, again, you would commit to continuing to support that program and helping our small businesses get into those international markets.
Certainly the STEP program is a very appealing program to understand how we can broaden our work with exports, and small businesses can play a tremendous role there. I look forward to working with you and the entire committee to see where we can broaden the export program and make this more efficient and to deliver more wins for small businesses.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Great. Thank you, Senator Shaheen. I'll recognize Senator Young for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome, Senator Loeffler. It's great to see you here today, and congrats once again on this nomination. It's good to see your husband, Jeff, a Hoosier, fellow Midwesterner, behind you as well. When my father heard not only that I was elected to the United States Senate, but that I was going to sit on the Small Business Committee in the U.S. Senate, I can't tell you how excited he was. He perhaps perceived this to be known as the most powerful committee in the U.S. Senate. It's not always known for that, but it was the most important committee to my dad, because when my dad was getting started in the business, he relied on SBA support, loans in particular, to help him grow his business. And for him, this was the most important committee. And there's a certain wisdom to that. As you travel around, as we travel around our various states, we see that most jobs these days are actually created not by large enterprises, because those come and those go. They're great for ribbon cutting sometimes, but it's usually the smaller enterprises. And to the extent we can optimize our policies so that more people will start these small businesses and they grow into larger businesses, that's kind of the key to economic development. So really important post you're going to be occupying here. If confirmed, how are you going to work to keep our small businesses competitive today and resilient tomorrow? Kind of an open-ended question.
Thank you, Senator, and I agree with your sets and training that might be needed to deliver our services to increase our response times to small businesses. And we'll be metrics driven. We'll have goals, and we'll be reporting that out to this committee.
Well, I think there are members of this committee, count me in, who want to help you and the rest of the administration be successful as it relates to small businesses and the Small Business Administration. One of the things that you might consider doing is prioritizing an incentive for new businesses and small businesses to adopt the latest technologies. I just had a great exchange with Howard Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce nominee, and we emphasized the importance of digital trade, which he strongly supports, unlike, unfortunately, the previous administration, but I think that's encouraging. But related to the Small Business Administration, I found that many Hoosier small businesses rely on digital tools, but the law doesn't clearly state if these costs qualify within the 7A loan program. So if someone wants to buy an AI technology, for example, it's unclear if the law will include that. So I've introduced legislation along with Senators Rosen and Budd and Shaheen, the Small Business Technological Advancement Act, that would clarify and promote the purchase of digital tools with small businesses. If confirmed, would you be willing to work with me on this topic?
Senator Young, absolutely, if confirmed, I would be. AI is at the forefront of both, as President Trump said, a wake-up call to American innovation, but potentially as tools for automating small businesses, making them more efficient, and whether it's things like co-pilots or agents, I would support looking at that as a solution.
Well, thank you, and I will be submitting a question for the record on another important topic I know to you and our small businesses, about how you intend to address bolstering SBA's cybersecurity infrastructure. Thanks so much.
Very good. Thank you, Senator Young. Senator Coons.
Thank you, Chair Ernst. Thank you, Senator. Great to be with you. And thank you to your family and those who are here to support you. As I hope you know, your predecessor in this position in the previous two administrations, I've had a particularly strong working relationship with. SBA Administrator McMahon came to visit Delaware several times. We worked well together. I would agree. My dad said the same thing, says Senator Young's comment. My dad started and ran a small manufacturing business, and he thought this was the most exciting committee I could possibly on. And it has been, in the past, a very productive committee. My hope is that we will get back to churning out legislation that works with you, that we will appropriately authorize and appropriate funds, review funds and programs. When we had a chance to meet 2 weeks ago, one of the programs I brought up was SCORE, which I suspect everyone knows was founded in Wilmington, Delaware, thus my obsession with SCORE. But I think one of the highest federally appropriated dollar for actual impact programs in history. There's more than 10,000 volunteers through SCORE who deliver roughly 4 million hours a year of free business plan consulting. SCORE clients return $59 in tax revenue for every dollar appropriated to SCORE. It needs to be reauthorized. We need to look at it to ensure it's operating well and that there's accountability. Would you support SCORE and its reauthorization and work with me to achieve a bipartisan reauthorization if confirmed?
Senator Coons, I thank you for the time you shared in your office. I was also just delighted to hear now about your dad's sentiments. I agree. And I look forward to working with you to review SCORE, see how it can be made more robust, and to evaluating the program and sharing all of that data with this committee so that we have a very collaborative approach to ensuring our efforts are making a difference for small businesses. As you know, it's definitely had an impact, and we want to make sure that programs that work are made available to more entrepreneurs.
Well, those 10,000 volunteers help more than 300,000 entrepreneurs, so I'm very hopeful we can work together on that. A piece of legislation Senator Rubio and I, now Secretary Rubio and I, worked on for several Congresses was to help make sure that SBIR grantees actually produce commercialized technology. About half of SBIR awards lead to commercialized technology, but half don't. And this would specifically authorize some of the pre-market scale-up costs through SBIR. It's called the Ramp for Innovators Act. The SBA plays a critical role in priorities would be for SBIR as a program, and whether you would help work with us on reauthorization and ensuring that it doesn't just fund endless research, but actually funds the leap to the marketplace.
Absolutely, Senator. I think the Small Business Innovation Research grants are critical to solving some of the challenges America has in scaling our technological innovations quickly. The program gives more dry powder and runway to these important technological breakthroughs 7A loan program, the bread and butter loans that small businesses use to start, is meant to operate at a 0